introduction Java, just normal touch up in JavaScript. Okay, introduction to JavaScript. What is JavaScript? The roles of JavaScript in web development. How we are going to set up the environment in browser console and code editors. Then JavaScript syntax and structures. And then we went on for the basis of JavaScript like variable and constant. And then we look into a data type string, numbers, boolean, undefined and null object. And then we went on to look into an operators like arithmetic, assignment, comparison, logical. And then we saw conditional operators like if, else if, switch, and then loop, for, while, do, while, for. So then we look into a function in JavaScript, how we are going to define a function, how we are going to call a function, how we are going to pass the function parameters, and how we are going to return the value. And then also we also look into what is arrow function, what is this, and how it works. And then also we look into an callback function, and also IIF, immediately invoke function expression. Okay. So in today's class, we are going to say arrays and array method. Okay, and then just simple touch up. So then we'll move on to the React. Okay, right. So array and array methods. Okay, so arrays in JavaScript. uh just a second, let me open the PPT. Mhm. Is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, bro.
Okay, correct. So yeah. Yeah, so we'll move on to the first one. An array in JavaScript. Okay, so an array is a collection of elements stored in a single variable. Okay, it can hold multiple values like number, string, object, etc. Okay, so for an so array is a collection of element stored in single variable. Like for an example, you are having a set of value. For example, you are having a restaurant. Okay, so the customers are coming inside your restaurant. So the customers are the multiple values that they can be either numbers, strings, object, etc. So they are stored inside a restaurant. Okay, so completely they are stored inside a restaurant. So it's an example concept. So that's an array. Okay, so how we are going to create an accessing array? Okay, array as well as so the array used to store multiple and single variable. Each element in an array has an index starting from 0. Okay, so what we'll be doing, while we are writing an array, when we're declaring, so each and every each and every value will start with the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. It goes on and it goes on. So that's the basic definition of arrays in JavaScript. Okay, so just give me a minute. Yeah, so now what am I gonna do is, okay, so I'm first going to touch up with array. Okay, so how I'm going to do is constant is equals to apple kiwi. Okay, so constant. Okay. So now I want to retrieve the value of 2. So how I'm going to write that is, can anyone just explain me how I'm going to retrieve the value of 2 in an array? I want to retrieve the value of 2. How I'll be writing the output? Guys, can anyone just tell me how we have to write the syntax?
First about the array of that index.
Okay, sure. Array of index, right? Okay. So yeah. So we are accessing the array with the help of index. Okay, so this is how we are going to create an action array. Okay, so there are common array method like push, pop, unshift. Okay, what that push contains. Okay, so syntax push, add to the end. Like for an example, I just need to add a new value inside an array. So what I will be doing is uh so I'm having a array, already declare apple, kiwi, jackfruit. I want to add a fruit name called orange. So how I'm going to do is array dot push. Okay. So yeah, I push a new value inside an array. So what is that? Adds to the n. I mean, it will add a new array after the jackfruit. So this is the concept of push method. Okay. So what is pop? Remove the last one. Okay. What happened if I want to remove this orange already? I have just edited. Okay. I have just created a new array. So that is apple, kiwi, jackfruit, orange. So I want to remove. I want to remove means what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a syntax called array dot pop. Okay, for an example, I want to remove the kiwi. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the index value. Okay. Uh, so I'm going to give the index value like 1. Let let me try. Yeah, what happened? Change this in the pop. Right, okay. Pop.
Give the value, not an index.
Okay. No. Okay. So no, that's also wrong. So what is that a pop means? The main the pop syntax refers to, it removes only the array of element last. Whatever it is last, it will remove each and
Bro, using
remove with the
array
last.
brackets.
Pardon?
Using array brackets, bro.
Okay. Using array
Inside the
brackets.
index value. Pop array dot pop
Okay.
opening braces after array brackets. Index value is 1 after closes.
Okay. So that okay. Right. Okay. Again, let's continue.
ஹலோ ஹலோ கிருபை இன்னும்
Yes.
எத்தனை மணிக்கு நீ வந்த
Okay. So let me on to the next one. Unshift. So what is unshift? That's add to the starts. Okay. So I'm going to shift the value.
எத்தனை மணி
Oh, array
எத்தனை
dot
மணிக்கு உள்ள
and shift and I'm going to write
சரி கிருபை நாளைக்கு நான் ஊருக்கு கிளம்புறேன் எனக்கு காலேஜ்ல இருந்து சர்டிபிகேட் பாருங்க சரி ஆமா திருவண்ணாமலை தான்
so what is happened if I unshift the entire the first value, okay, whatever it is there, so in the middle of starting, so it will be display, okay, so it's unshift. So then shift one, there's unshift for adding a new value, and then array dot shift. If I want to remove
எப்ப
particular
Yeah.
value, so what happened is removed, okay. So this is how the common array method that works, like push, pop, unshift, and shift, okay. So then we are moving on to the advanced array method, for each. What is that for each? Iterates through each element but no returns, okay. So iterates each element and it is no return. So how we are going to write the for each? So already I am having an array, okay. What I'm going to do is let me comment this. Now I'm going for once array and then fruits dot for dot for each, comma index. So log of so it iterates the value, okay. Just again. So it iterates the value. So it shows that 0 contains apple, 1 contains kiwi, and 2 contains jackfruit. Okay. So this is for each. So what is that? Iterate through each element but no returns. Okay. So then when coming on to an advanced array method, that is map. What maps that is? Return a new array by transforming each element. Okay. By returning a new array and transforming each element. So constant number array. Okay. Here I'm going to give 1, 4, 5, 6, 7 anyway values, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to map that, but I'm going to multiply that each number array values into numbers. Okay. So I'll be going to get like first one will be 1, and then it will be 16, and then it will be, it keeps on multiplying. Okay. So based on each number value from iterating through the map. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to write let multiply value is equals to numbers array dot map num into num. I'm multiplying the first number with that number. So what 1 into 1, 1, 4 into 4, 16, 5 into 5, 25, 6 is at 36. So I'm just multiplying the values. Right. Before that, we have to do console multiple value. So what is that? Map returns a new array. Okay, it returns a new array by transforming each element. So I'm just transforming each element, okay, and returning a new array. So this is the concept map. So then there is another method called filter. What filter does is reduce the array, return a new array with elements that match a condition. Okay, return a new array with elements that matches a condition. So how we are going to write that? So let assume as date. Okay, let assume as percent. There is an sort of value like Paul. Raja, Joe, Ben. So how we are going to write the filters? Okay, so like I want to check whether I am having the Ben inside the person array. So how I'm going to write that? How I'm going to find? By the method of filter, I'm going to filter that value. I'm going to display it. Okay, so let person find is equals to person dot filter. Okay, and then I'm going with number, sorry, not number, person equal to Ben. Yeah, so I'm just returning the Ben value. So this is the method of filter returns a new array with the element that matches the condition. Yeah, Ben matches the condition. So now I want to return a array called Raja. If Raja is available not inside my array, so it will return Raja. See, so this is the method of for each map and filter. Okay, so we are coming to another one, reduce. So what reduce? Reduce the array to a single value. Example, sum. I'm going to multiply all the values. Okay, so already I'm having the numbers array. I'm going to sum. I'm going to add this 1 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7. So I'm going to give the value. So I'm going to reduce the array into a single value. Okay, single value. I'm going to reduce this entire array into a single value. So how I'm going to write that? So what we have to do is, let us declare a variable that total is equals to, I'm having my number array, okay, dot reduce, and then go with arrow function. Before that, pass the parameters, okay, ACC as parameters, okay, on calculations, and then add a number. I mean the whatever the numbers array that contain the values are content. So I'm going to give like a val, okay, so values, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this is the first one ACC, then plus val comma 0. So then I'm console.log of total. So I'm going to convert the entire array into a single value. So see here, I'm getting the value. Right. So what I have does is I'm using the reduce method. Okay. So converting the single array, converting the array to a single value. So this is known as advanced JavaScript array. Okay. So we are moving to the next one, a multi-dimensional array. So what is multi-dimensional array? Like multi-dimensional array will be mentioned as matrix. Okay. So let matrix is
In
equals
the
to give it.
far east, one,
Just go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, for each we won't get output for the console.log index comma fruit.
No, yeah, got it. See here, apple, kiwi, jackfruit.
For each means it will iterate through all the
Yeah,
elements.
yeah, it will iterate the element. Okay, iterate to each element, but it won't return the values. Okay, so it will iterate and it will show the values. See here, I'm not reading any for return function. So what I'm doing is I'm just calling an index value. So whatever the array values are that available, so I'm going to give the index value and I'm giving the fruit. So it will iterate through each element, but it won't return the value. Okay, it is just iterating. So that is a method of for each. Okay, now do you understand that?
Uh,
Yeah. Okay. Mm. So there is a multi-dimensional array that call I will be using matrix. Okay. So I'm going to give 1, 3 and then 1, 3, then 3, 5. So now I want to retrieve the value console.log of multi-dimensional. Okay. So matrix and the value of 0, wait, comma 1, 0, comma 1, 0, comma 0, comma 0, 0, comma 1. Okay. And 1, comma. So I'm getting the value 5. So 1, comma 1. 1, comma 0 and 1, comma 1. So I'm getting the value of 5. So this is the multi-dimensional array. Okay. Okay. So multi-dimensional array in JavaScript in a simple an array of array. Okay. I'm having the array of array. Okay. The most common type is 2D array, which can be visualized like a grid or a matrix. Okay. So this is a example of 2D array. Okay. How we are going to accessing the element by help of the matrix, and I'm going to give the index value 0, 0. 0, 0 is means this one, and 0, 1 is 3, and then 1, 0 is 3, and then 1, 1 is 5. So I'm going to retrieve the value of 1, 1. So I'm going to need a matrix of 1, 1. So I will get the value of 5. Okay. So these are the things. So how we are going, there is one other method how we am going to loop this true into a 2D array. So I'm going to loop that. So for that I'm going to do for let I equal to 0, then I is less than. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, for each foreign loop is also there. No, what that foreign loop you taught. Foreign loop you are using here. For each is done. Foreign it
Wait a
will be
second.
both are same.
Say wait, I'll just get by you. So this is an advanced array. Okay. So what you are mentioning is, okay, I got your point. Okay. So see, that's our loops. Okay. For, while, do while, for, in, and for off. That's our looping array. Okay. So this is advanced array. Okay, advanced array methods. Okay, what are the advanced array method that we can able to use it in a React application? So okay, so most of the time we will be using the looping method only for and while. Okay, not so much of do while, for in, or for off. Okay, so we'll be using only for and while and do while. So in real time application, while we are working on React, while we are developing a website and we are working on it, we'll be using the advanced array and a common method array. Okay. So these are the basic thing. Okay, do you understand now?
Yeah, but it will be foreign and for each both are same.
For in and for each. No, for in and for each
For
are not
each
the
is your
wait, wait. Okay, just go ahead. Go ahead, man.
uh, for each is one of the array function. So foreign
Okay.
is a loop.
Oh, yeah, that's it. So that is similar to this one. Okay. So that's a great questions. Okay. So foreign and for each are same. No, foreign and for each are not the same in JavaScript. Okay. They use in different contexts and behave differently. So foreign is a loop method. Okay. It is used to iterate over enumerable property keys of an object. Okay. Also work with array, but not recommended for arrays. Okay. So that's the concept of foreign. Okay. Uh, don't use foreign on array. In array we are not using foreign. Okay, so that's the concept. So what is a for each method? Use only with array, iterate over each element, does not works on objects. Okay. So these are the difference between foreign and forish. Now do you clear?
Ah,
Yeah, great. Good. Okay, so let me go to the loop through a 2D array. Okay, the dimensional array. So let me finish this and then I'm going to the chapter React. Before that, I'm going to teach you what is DOM manipulation. Then we'll moving on to the React. Okay, so just give me a minute. So what I have to do is a 2D array. I'm going to loop this array, okay, into a 2D method. So for that, I'm going to use looping method as for. So I'm going to declare the variable let I is equal to 0 and I is less than equal to the value of matrix. Okay, I am getting the matrix dot calculating the value of length, and then I'm giving the initial value declaration into increment I plus plus. And then what I'm going to do is opening the flower base and closing it. And again, I'm going to write another for statement. Here I'm going to write let another declaring another variable. So let j is equal to 0 and j is less than matrix of I, getting the value of each value is array of value of 1. Okay, I'm getting the value of I, okay, index value, and I'm calculating the value of length, and then I'm going to increment the value of j what I have declared. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to give console.log of element at I value and j value is equals to dollar matrix I and matrix of j. So yeah, I'm going to loop yeah, what I have done is loop for a 2D array. So I'm getting element at 0 comma 0 is 1. Okay, I mean the each array value, so 0 comma 0, so we'll know that 0 comma 0 as 1, and then 0 comma 1 is called the value as 3, and then another one the element the next array, so it will be 1 comma 0, I got the value as 3, and then 1 comma 1 the value of 5. Okay, so another thing I want to mention 6 comma 7, and it's also gets the value. See, yeah, so 2 comma 0 I get the value 6, and 2 comma 1 I get the value as 1. Now, do you understand the looping through and 2D array? Right? Is it everyone clear?
Yes, bro.
Okay, just raise your hand, guys, if you have been clear or not. Just raise it. Yeah, done. Okay, great. Okay, so we have shown array, okay, and then dimensional array. So advanced array concept is going to name. And now I'm going to give a DOM manipulation, okay, and JavaScript event. So these are the things, and then we'll moving on to a React application, okay. Yeah. So first one, just give me a minute. Okay. So what is DOM? Okay. So DOM basically refer as document object model in a programming interface for HTML and XML document. It represents the page structure as a tree of objects where each node is an element, either attribute or piece of text. Okay. So these are the things that has been called as DOM. What is DOM? Okay. So description. So the example of this one is okay, just give me a minute. Going for file, open folder. I am going with it. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, okay, I'm just opening my one of my file. Open with live server. Okay. So here I'm going to give my script one tag. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to write that inside the body. Okay. Here I'm going to write script. We can write this method also. What I'm going to do is the first one, how I'm going to access the document. Okay. DOM manipulation. Document dot get element by ID. So I'm going to retrieve the value of hero, and then inner text is equals to hello JavaScript. So here I'm going to refer my ID. Okay, document dot get element by ID. I'm going to give my ID value, and here I'm just mentioning title. Okay. So yeah. So what is happening here is, instead of title, I am just adding the value hello JavaScript. Okay. So this is how the DOM occurs. Okay. By programming the interface in HTML. Okay. And XML document, and it represents the page structure as a tree of object where each node is an element, attribute or piece of code. So what is happening already? I am having title. So the title has been replaced into hello JavaScript. So this is how the DOM manipulation does. Okay. By okay, so these are the things. So another one is selecting elements. Okay, this you can select DOM element using method like, yeah, I'm just selected a DOM element like the get element by ID, by the ID, and then get elements by class name, and then query selector and query selector all. Okay, so these are the things that we can able to call it as accessing the selecting elements. Okay, so now I want the what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the value, okay, the style value, okay, of particular element. I'm going to declare the value. So what I have to do is here, let me comment this, and then I'll be go for writing the value as let hero is equals to document dot get element by ID, and I'm going to call hero the ID attribute what I have given mentioned in the h1 tag, and then I'm going to give this hero dot style dot color. I'm going to change the color into I'm going to change the color into chocolate. Okay. See here. So what is that means? I'm not here. I'm not here. Basically, first one document requirement ID. I'm accessing the hero value and I'm getting the inner text JavaScript, right? So I'm just changing this into a color method. I'm just changing the by help of the get element by ID. I'm changing this entire color into an chocolate one. Okay. So if you need another thing also, another color, you can do it. I'm going for blue. So it will change. So this is how the selecting elements of DOM manipulation is been done. Okay, by writing the get element by ID, get element by classes, and query selector and query selector. Okay, so these are the things. So now we're coming to changing element content and style. Okay, so this is another method. So how we are going to change the element content and style. You can modify the element text HTML or style dynamically using property like inner text, okay, inner HTML and style. So these are the thing you can able to modify the element. So example, this example, this is the method for modifying the element. Okay, so let me do one thing. Okay, so now hello world, and I'm going here and I'm going to give, okay, instead of hello world. Okay, so just look into the output. Okay, so here I'm having hello world. Now I want, hi, my name is Mohammed Fuzarayan. So how I'm going to give it by using the inner text. Okay, so how I'm going to work is here already I declared the attribute get element by ID. Okay, and then I'm going to give, hi, my name is Jose, and I also want to change the color of this. I need background color will be red, and I need the color in black. Okay, so what we have to do is document dot get element by ID. Okay, and I'm accessing the attribute ID hero, and here I'm going to give style dot background, sorry, background color is equals to red. So okay, so now see here I'm having this color. Okay, that will changes into a red, and then I need the text color should be in black. So how I'm going to give is document dot get element by ID and giving the attribute value, and then going with style dot color is equals to black. Now do you understand? So how it is? So my name is Mohammed Fuzail. So I'm giving the background. Why I'm getting this color means, so already I'm having the entire box element as the I'm just giving the box element into an CSS. Okay, I'm just that is a method is taking into an account. Okay, so blanch mode, so background color, so entire the box one, so that takes in the color. So this is how we can able to change the element content and style. Is that everyone clear? Just raise your hand, guys, if you are clear with this one. Good, good, great. Okay. So then the next one, adding and removing element. Okay, it is how we are going to add an element and remove. Element can be added using append child. So there is a method called append child or insert before. And for the remove one, you can use remove child. Okay. So these are the thing you can able. These are the main syntax. So you can able to add and remove the element. Okay. So I'm just going on to it. Just give me a second. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm going to declare a variable let. Add, I'm first going with add one. Okay, so first one I'm going to create an element. Okay, so first one, create Eli. Okay, I'm just giving a name, and then I'm going with document dot create element. Okay, so I'm going to create an element with the help of paragraph tag. Okay, I'm giving another HTML5 paragraph tag. Here, what I'm going to do is create element dot inner text is equals to I am new to full stack developer. Okay. Yeah, I have created an element. Now I'm going to add that one. For first one, I just created a element of P. Okay, and I'm going to add one. So now what I have to do is document dot get element by ID. Okay, so the ID is h1. So it will be a hero dot append. Okay, it should come last. Okay, append child, and I'm going to give this the element what I have created. Okay, see, I'm adding a new one. Okay, I'm adding a new element, creating a new element, and I'm assigning it and with the help of get element by ID and appending the child. Okay, is that clear, everyone? That's raise your hand, guys, if you are clear, if you are being clear. Great. Others? Okay. Ashwarya, right. Shall I move on to the next one? Just raise your hands.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So the next one is event handling. So one of the main method that has been used in the front-end develop application. So what is that? You can handle a user action by clicking or typing using the command as add event listener, inline, on click, on mouse over, etc. Okay. So the first one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a button. Okay. Just give me a minute. So here, what I'm going to do is, okay, at the top of the one, to give button. Okay. Just click me. So here I'm going to give the ID attribute as BTN. So in scripting language, what I'm going to do is document dot get element by ID. I'm going to give the ID attribute name dot add event listener, and I'm going to the event listener value what I'm going to click. It is a click or cancel or blur or like on mouse over, so this kind of thing. So I'm going to give click. I'm going to click a click function, and then I'm going to give the function yesterday what we have shown and open the function bracket. Here I'm going to give alert so do you understand how this event handling works in scripting? So I'm just clicking this button and I'm just getting hello Fuzen. So this is how the event handle work. Like you can able to handle the user action and this kind of things. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, bro. Clear.
Okay. So the next one is JavaScript events. So mouse, there are various type of event like uh, a mouse event, keyboard event, form event, and event bubbling and capturing. Okay. So what is mouse event? These are response to the mouse action like click, mouse over, and mouse out. If I want to click, so this is now I've just written a button. So this is a mouse event. Okay. So clicking a button, and there is another method. Okay. I'm just going to write a concept for this one. So here I am having a button. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give on mouse hover. Okay, on mouse over I'm going to give the color where if I hover on the mouse, I'll see changing into a color. So what I have to do is, where it is in JavaScript, so I have to use this. Okay, just give me a minute. So you have to use this dot style dot background, just keep it as background, is equals to, I am going to give uh okay. So now if I mouse over, it will change in purple. Okay, so this is a mouse event. So like clicking, mouse over, and mouse out. So these are the things that are known as mouse event. Okay. So what are the keyboard events? So these keyboard event trigger when any keys are being pressed, like key down when key is being pressed, key up when the key is released. Okay. So we'll look into that thing also. I'm just going on it. Yeah, I'm creating an input, and on key down I'm going to press on key down, and I'm going to give the value console dot log, giving the value of key down. Okay, so here I'm going to close this at. So now just give me a second. Console dot log key down. Okay, so input on key down. So okay, so let me make it as type text ID footprint. Yeah, so it won't show here. So see here, I'm clicking into event one. Okay, key down. So I'm clicking the key down. Okay, so I'm just giving. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm clicking the input mouse over. I'm just triggering the actions. Okay, so this is known as keyboard event. So the next one is form event, like use in form and like submit, change and input. So yeah, we'll also look into that thing also. So what is form event does? So let me go form on submit. Okay. Alert. Sorry. Alert. Form submitted. Going to give return false. So then I'm going to close this. Here I'm going to give input type text and button type submit submit. So see here now I just clear the form submitted. So this is how the form event works by using by submit, on change and input. So these are the things that comes under form event. Okay. So there is a last one, event bubbling capturing. Bubbling even move from the innermost element to outward, and capturing means even move from outermost to innermost. Okay. So I'll just explain you the scenario of this one. So how it works. What I have to do is if on click alert uh if click, okay, they've clicked, closing this and then going with button on click alert so this is the concept of bubbling. So button click, so clicking the button, okay, like even move from innermost element to outermost element. Okay, so another DNS click first I'm clicking the innermost element, okay, then outermost element. First one button click, I will click on OK and then in this div click. So this is how the event bubbling event that works. Okay, is that everyone clear now? So what are the event JavaScript DOM manipulation? Just raise your hand, guys, if you have been clear with it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, just give me a minute. So where is my PPT? Yeah, PPT. Okay. Okay. So let us start JavaScript. I just explain you what is React in JavaScript framework. Okay, so one of the main part. So how you are going to design the application with the help of HTML in terms of converting that into a DOM model, manipulation of DOM, and how you are going to write the code in Java. How you are going to write the JavaScript code in React. Okay, so before that moving, okay, I'll just explain you what is React, why it is being used. Okay, so what is the main purpose and key features of React application. Okay, so shall we start React, guys? Just give me yes or no.
Yes, bro, but Bootstrap when you teach.
while I'm coming to in React there is a one of the method called form handling. Okay, at that time I will teach you the bootstrap. Don't worry, man. I'm here to help you. Okay, don't worry. Okay,
Okay.
just remind me while I'm going to take the course. Okay, at the time I'll just mention it down. Okay, at the time you just give me a reminder so I will teach you the bootstrap. Okay, is that clear?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Shall we move into the uh React? Okay. Okay. So first one. Okay, so introduction to the React. Okay, so React is a popular JavaScript library that was developed by Facebook for building user interface. Okay, especially suited for single page application. Okay, so and it is a declarative approach. Instead of directly manipulating the DOM, you describe what your UI should look like, and React efficiently updates and render just the right component when your data changes. Okay, whenever you are changing, whenever in your application your changes, whenever there is a data has been changed, what happened, the DOM, first of all the DOM easily manipulate it and it renders the update. Okay, so it update in efficiently in such a way so that it is really easy and fast to the changes will be occur. So that is the declarative approach. And another one is it is a component based architecture. React encourages breaking the UI into a small, that's the main one, and reusable component. We can easily reuse the component. Okay, in one application you are using card. Okay, the same card I need to use and another component, so you can easily able to reuse the component. Okay, which enhance the maintainability and scalability. With the help of it will reduce the code time. Okay, efficiency time, and it will reduce the cache of code. Okay, so these are the things that comes under component based architecture. Another one is enhanced developer experience with features like hot reloading, a rich ecosystem of library and developer tools like React Dev Tool. React improve productivity and debugging capabilities. So these are the things for developer experience. Okay, performance. React's design with the virtual DOM allow optimized rendering and smooth update, often lead to faster user experience. So that is the purpose of React. Okay, so React is a it is a performance in where virtual DOM allows optimized rendering and smooth update, often leading to faster user experience. Okay, so these are the key. So for an example, okay, and it is a single page application. ASPA, known as single page application, loads a single HTML page and dynamically update the content as user interact with the apps, avoiding complete pages reload. Okay, benefits are smooth user experience, reduce server load, state management. It's really easy. Okay, like using the one of the React library, Redux or Context API across the overall the state application, and then it is a best approach for routing library. So routing will be really easier when you click on if I want to navigate to one page, so it will take up really fast to that page. Okay, so these are the thing. Okay, so okay, so we have seen the React. What is React? Okay, is React outdated? There was a question and article, guys, on February 14, 2025. Okay. While I was working, I just got news and informed that React is been officially deprecated. So what is mean? So React deprecated, we can't able to create the React app. So then why? What happened? All the many corporate companies have been came up such a terrible incident that React is dead, so we can't able to do anything, we can't able to migrate to another one. Okay, it will take time. It's not like that. So what is happened, the command syntax of creating the React, okay, normal React create React app is been deprecated. That has been so due to the n number of consistency inconsistency, server runtime road. Okay, so many components. Okay, reusability takes a more time, so for that purpose React has been deprecated. It is not outdated. Okay, so how we can able to solve this? Okay, by using other engines. So what are the other engines, but how? for speed use by using white, by creating the white using npm create white at latest my app, and you are going to create a template. Okay, you are just creating the React template, so entire React app will be created using the white for the speed use. It really speed. Okay, so the next one, for SSR and routing, I mean for server side rendering. Okay, indirectly giving the server side rendering we can use by using Next.js. This is one of the React framework, and at the command, so nps create next app at latest my next app. So this is how you are going to create your React app. Okay, so React is not deprecated. Okay, React was officially deprecated, but it is not stopped, and still the companies are working in terms of this, the second one, white. Okay, so this is how the React works. Okay, so introduction to React, overview of React.js and benefit. Okay, React.js is a powerful JavaScript. Okay, so now I'll show you how the React looks in terms of creating an application. Okay, the first thing, file. I'm going to create a new file for React. Okay, and I'm going to open this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is going my terminal. Okay, the file location, create npm create white at latest. I'm going to give your application name. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the application name as Besant, and I'm going to template. I'm going to create a template. Okay, instead of writing this, see, now it will ask if you want to proceed with or not. Okay, so instead of template, I will show you how you are going to create a template. So npm create white at latest version 7.0. Press on Y, click on enter. Okay, and you have to mention the project name. So I'm going to give the Besant. Okay, and going to click. So here it is a framework. Okay, so I'm going to for React and pre-React, live, Swell, Solid, Quick. So I'll be going React, and it will show whether you want TypeScript, SWS, JavaScript, and JavaScript SWS. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm going with JavaScript. Okay, done. So I just created my app. So now what we have to do? So I've created an app called Besant. So now I want to open that app. So cd Besant. I come into an app application. I'm going to the folder. Okay. So now I have to install the node modules. So npm install. Okay. I'm installing my node modules. Okay. And then I'm going to run my app. So how I'm going to run? Npm run dev. So it's starting. And my app is starting. Okay. I'm going to go this URL. This is my local URL. Okay. So click on this link. Your app has been created. Okay, you have been created a React app. Okay, so now, so this is how, yeah, this is how we have been created an application. Okay, so how React works, what are the scenarios. Okay, introduction React, how we are going to do declarative approach, component based architecture, enhance developer experience, performance. Okay, and we went on to look in a single page application, how it is the definition, what are the benefits, smooth user experience, transition, reduce server load, state management, React and SPA. Okay, and then what is virtual DOM? Virtual DOM is a lightweight in-memory represent of the real DOM. How it is work? When data changes, React create a new virtual DOM tree and compares with the previous one. For an example, yeah, I'm going with my file. Here I'm going with changing. Okay, so now I'm changing this to 2. So it immediately save, it immediately runs. Okay, so now what will happen? Immediately to change. Do you see? So how it works? It works really speed. Immediately it saves. If you given changes anything, data has been changes, you just save. Immediately it runs. So this is the process. This is the speeding purpose of React using white engine. Is that everyone clear? Just raise your hand, guys.
Yes, bro.
You are clear with React, how it works, and how we are going to install that. Just raise your hand, guys.
Why like only React is installed means Node.js has to be installed.
Okay, I will come to your point. Why I am using white means to run the application more faster. In February 14, 2025, React has been officially deprecated. Means React, we can't able to create the app, React app. Okay, so why? Because it is while creating a standard React app. Okay, the loading times take too low. Okay, too I mean n number of times. I mean it will take so long. For that purpose to be reduced, the developer came with a solution with the help of white. So in the help of white, okay, by running the server, we can able to create a React, and it is really easy to accessible, as well as it is fast. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, I'll come to the Node.js afterwards. So what is that? Now do you understand? Is that clear? Who asked me that question?
Me.
Monica.
Ah.
Yeah, right. Okay, now you are clear, right? You have been cleared. Great. Yeah. So efficient update and result mean this mechanism is to improve performance as per I show you, and a smoother user experience as only the necessary components are being re-rendered. That's it. So these are the things in virtual DOM. Okay. So yeah, setting up the React environment. Okay, Node.js and npm. So that Node.js for backend server process and npm instead of create React app. Okay, so it has been deprecated for slow purpose. So for that we will be using npm create white at latest. Okay, so I have shown you how we are going to create a React app. Okay, so this is a thing, and then the project structure and running the application. Public content static file and HTML template. Main sources folder that include JavaScript, JSX file, CSS, and other assets. Source document is the entry point of the application where React renders the root component. Okay, so this is the main root component where the React renders. Okay, so this is the component. Here I'm doing app.say. So okay, for now I'm just going to explain. I don't need this thing. Okay, I don't need the entire one. So how I just need a button click. So how I'm going to do that? Okay, so for that purpose, what I'm going to do is I'm in source folder. I'm going to create a component. Okay, I'm using component as a folder name, and here I'm going to create a file name call. Okay, just give me any file name. Let me uh main page. .jsx. Always should be in camel case, and then go with REFEC. If you want to use the shortcut syntax, okay, you have to go for extension in Visual Studio Code, and you have to click ES7 plus React and Redux native snippet. Okay, so you have to install this, and it will be easily accessible for creating a component. So RAFCE, okay, with the arrow function. So now what I'm going to do is, here I'm going to give converting into a uppercase, and then I'm going to call this inside my app. Instead of app, I'm going to call my main page. So what happened means, this is the entry point of application where React renders the root component. Okay, so entry point. So often the main comment that how's the primary application logic. So that is the primary application logic, but it is a main part. So it is a root component. So what will happen? See here. Now do you understand how it is work? Just raise your hand, guys. Okay, great. So running the application, so you have to use npm run dev. Okay, so these are the things. So basically, previously we saw ES6 features like function, array map, filter, this kind of thing. Okay, so yeah, tomorrow we'll be moving into a deeper class in React. Okay, I'll just tell you the curriculum. Give me a minute. So we are looking into the introduction of React, overview of React JS and benefit. We have, pardon?
Please share this PDF, bro. The question PDF. Syllabus.
Okay. Okay, right. Overview of React JS and its benefit, single page application SPA, virtual DOM, and we have also seen how we are going to set up a React environment, this kind of thing. And tomorrow we are going to see ES6 features, okay, and we'll continue so on. Okay, so tomorrow onwards, a real application we are going to create step by step, and after the end of the this React course, we are going to create a bigger application. Is that clear, everyone?